Islamabad is in shock after a devastating suicide bombing ripped through a crowded mosque in the heart of Pakistan's capital, killing at least 69 people and injuring more than 170 others. The scale of the attack has made it one of the deadliest in recent years, shattering any claim that major urban centers in Pakistan remain secure. As grief spread, the aftermath quickly turned political. Instead of first confronting how such an attack could take place in the capital, Pakistan chose to look outward. Fingers were pointed beyond its borders with suggestions of foreign involvement even before investigations had run their course. India responded with clarity and restraint. New Delhi strongly condemned the bombing and expressed condolences to the families of those killed. But it firmly rejected any insinuation of Indian involvement, calling the allegations baseless and pointless. The Ministry of External Affairs said it was unfortunate that Pakistan continued to blame others instead of addressing what it described as its own homegrown ills. India's reaction followed remarks by Pakistan's Defence Minister, Khwaja Mohammad Asif, who claimed the attacker had links to Afghanistan and alleged an emerging nexus between India and the Afghan Taliban. In a social media post, Asif went further, accusing India of waging a proxy campaign and claiming New Delhi lacked the courage for direct confrontation after what he called a humiliating defeat. These claims were swiftly dismissed in Kabul. Afghanistan's Taliban-led government condemned the mosque bombing but rejected Pakistan's accusations outright. The Afghan Defense Ministry described the allegations as irresponsible and habitual, saying Islamabad often levels such charges without evidence, investigation or verification. Kabul raised uncomfortable questions for Pakistan's leadership. If authorities can identify perpetrators immediately after an attack, it asked, why are they unable to prevent such attacks beforehand? The statement said, hasty accusations cannot conceal security failures or resolve deep-seated internal problems. The Taliban government also stressed that it does not support violence against civilians and does not shelter those responsible for such attacks. It urged Pakistani officials to stop evading responsibility and instead reassess their policies, strengthen internal security, and pursue constructive engagement with neighbours. Within Pakistan, the attack has intensified scrutiny of a fragile security environment. The suicide bomber detonated explosives inside the mosque after being challenged by security personnel, causing massive casualties among worshippers. Hospitals in Islamabad remained overwhelmed as doctors struggled to treat the injured through the night. For regional analysts, the diplomatic exchange highlights a familiar pattern. Blaming neighbours has become a reflex for Pakistan, but one that is losing credibility. India and Afghanistan are now pushing back in unison, arguing that Pakistan must confront the militant networks and ideological fault lines within its own borders. As families mourn the dead and survivors continue to fight for their lives, pressure is mounting on Pakistan's government to deliver answers. The tragedy in Islamabad has exposed not only lethal security gaps but also a deeper reality: Pakistan's most persistent threat is not external but internal.